What's up, everybody? Rene Rodriguez with the Long Story Longer podcast, and this week's guests, Jane Like Fire, which is Jade, Ale, Antonio, and Fernie. Their ages range from 13 to 21, Antonio being the youngest at 13, the drummer. Don't let his age fool you, man. At 13 years old, he kicks ass on drums. All four kids are crazy talented, and I say kids because I'm older, it is what it is. But they're crazy talented, man. They're all alumni from Soundstage 9, the music school, which is the same school that Mijo went to and got his drum lessons from Brian Carvajal. But that's where they all met and formed the band Jane Like Fire. Uh, Crazy, crazy, crazy talented. The one time I seen them perform um, was at the Lowbrow Palace just before the end of last year. I think it was about December or so. I better silence my phone before I get more alerts. Anyway, that one time that I saw them, they were great. I think they stole the show. To be honest, they did so good. It blew my mind. They've got an album coming out July 12th. So just a couple weeks away, and they're gonna have an album release party. As information about that album, on the day of release, it's gonna have 7 tracks on it, and shortly after, once another song gets finished, it's gonna have the eighth track on there. So if you listen to it digitally, it'll come in due time. I'm very excited about their music. Again, they're a talent, and I was very happy, very fortunate to have them on the podcast. Their first podcast appearance too, so that was great. Want to talk about a couple other things. Coldplay. We went on Friday, day one of Coldplay, day one of two here in El Paso. Coldplay's been a favorite of mine for the longest time, ever since what was it? I think it's 25 years today, as a matter of fact, and I only know this because I saw it on social media earlier in the morning. But 25 years ago today, today's Thursday, this episode's coming up on midnight tonight, so Friday morning. But Yellow came out 25 years ago today. Um, I've been a fan of theirs that long. Now, granted, I think their first several albums were amazing, and some of their later albums I like them, but I've got some not issues, but with my favorite bands, including Coldplay, I've got albums that I rank as my best to my least favorite, whatever. And I think I had a harder time liking their most recent album. But having said that, I still love Coldplay. Getting to see them live was a blessing. I knew as often as I go to concerts that I'd see them at some point in my lifetime. Just didn't know where. I didn't think it was going to be in El Paso at the Sun Bowl of all places. I thought like every other band that I've gone to go see, wherever I've gone to go see them, I was going to have to travel to see them. Very fortunate that the show was here in El Paso. I bought the tickets day one, the moment they went on sale. And yeah, man, what I want to say about that concert, I've seen a lot of my favorite bands live: Metallica, Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder solo. I've seen Soundgarden, which was the first band I fell in love with. I saw their reunion tour in 2011, I think is what it was. That's that poster back here where we got that poster at too with a Minotaur. But I've seen the Chili Peppers 8 or 9 times. Most recently for their latest album, I saw them twice within 6 months. 6 months, both times in Vegas with Mijo and everybody else. I love the Chili Peppers. All of you know that. But yeah, I've seen a bunch of my favorite bands a lot of times. Again, just to name a couple others that I've seen a lot of times. Corn, I've seen them a lot of times as well. Caifanes, Jaguares, that Spanish rock band, I've seen them a lot. And first time I've seen Coldplay. And what's crazy is it was an experience. For those of you that didn't go, you might have seen the videos on your social media. And they're great videos for sure. And I posted some too. One of them got just under 8,000 views, whatever. But the videos are amazing. But being there in person is a different story. I feel like this is the first concert where I'm singing all of the songs pretty much, as I do know most of their songs anyway. But I'm singing to all of the songs. I'm dancing, and I'm not a dancer. I'm dancing to a bunch of the songs. And those of you that know me, I'm a pretty emotional dude when it comes to my favorite things in life. And did my eyes water up several times? Hell yes, they did. I love Coldplay, man. What can I say? But having said everything that I just said, man, um, the concert was a spectacle that was well worth experiencing. From the light show to the music to Chris Martin interacting with the audience, it was just great, and it's the best concert I've ever been to. It's been just over a week, almost 2 weeks since that show happened, and I'm still not off that high. I'm not gonna go back and say this concert was better than that concert, or you know what? I like this concert a lot in the moment, but now that I'm over it, it's not the best concert I've ever experienced. No, it's the best concert I've ever been to. It was that great. Um, Foo Fighters, I've seen them several times too, and the Foo Fighters, they always bring it. They always put on a killer show. I've seen them in Phoenix. I've seen them in San Diego, and this last time that they were here in El Paso, I saw them too. And the Foo Fighters always bring it, right? They always kick ass. They're one of my most favorite bands too, and I love all their songs. And as good as the Foo Fighters bring it, Coldplay was on a different level. And again, this is an opinion. This is my opinion. A lot of you might disagree. And for those of you that disagree, that haven't been to the show, that didn't go see the Coldplay show, again, the best I could say is you had to be there to experience it. And yeah, sure enough, there's going to be people that did go to the show that are going to have a different opinion. But that's mine. It's the best show I've been to. Mijo in his young years, he's seen the Chili Peppers twice. Like I said, he's seen Slipknot, two of his favorite bands, and yeah, even he was like, "Daddy, this is the best concert I've ever been to." It's just again how interactive it was, all in all, with the lights and Chris Martin talking to the people, the music kicking ass. They've been around for well over 25, 26 years, right? So they've proven their worth. Great band. I love Coldplay. Not ashamed to say it. Um, and just before we kick off the show, I want to talk about one quick little thing without too much detail. Um, Politics. I don't like touching base on politics. We're talking about war. We're talking about this and that and the left and the right and blah 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 fucking blah whatever. you know, I think it's best I keep to myself from this point on social media because I see people wasting their energy time and time again, post after post, day after day, and it's not that I'm thinking I'm holier than thou or high and mighty or whatever the fuck. But when I see people doing this, I do feel a genuine concern for them. And my take has always been left, right, who gives a shit? We're all going to have different preferences, different opinions. Let it be, But there's people that it's not so much that I expect better of them, but when they go on a constant tirade of hatred, I got to do better and not step in and stop them, I guess. I did comment on a post this last week, and I simply told the person I was talking to, like, hey, man, differences of opinions. Pray for the people that have a difference of opinion rather than waste your time, be a lost cause, arguing. I meant nothing bad by it. I think the words that were misconstrued was lost cause, and I apologize to this person. I do mean it, and I'm laughing only because it's a bit too much. It's a bit too. Um, it's a bit too dramatic, I guess. But I'm just saying, hey, man, rather than add to the hatred, rather than waste your time, your energy, again, it's a lost cause because it's only gonna piss people off or spread hate. Like I'm saying, be cool, man. Spread the opposite. Like hey, man, let's get together. Let's figure out what works for everybody. Our voices will be heard eventually, someday. Nobody's trying to silence anybody. This is America, the best country in the world, man. That's why I carry the American flag up here. Um, I'm not very political, but I do get involved with the news. I do watch everything. I just don't express everything that I feel as far as politics. But again, left, right, who gives a shit? Don't let your politics identify you. Don't let them become your identity. That's all I want to say, man. It's the second you let your politics become your identity, that makes you lame. I think, just be cool with everybody. Do your thing, place your votes, vote for whatever you think is best. And if you're actually gonna talk a whole lot of talk, walk it too. Don't just leave it up to social media. Um, Great example that should I touch base on this? Yeah, fuck it, I will. My brother and Adrian, my co-producer, were involved recently with a program called VC Sin Fronteras. They received a shipment of 200 bicycles from an organization in Chicago that they transferred over to Juarez across the border, sending bicycles to the less fortunate because you never know who might need a bike because they don't have a vehicle, a bike to get to and from work maybe, or just as their means of transportation. Um, I would have partaken in it if I was home that weekend. I've been getting very involved with the bike community. So has my brother. So has Adrian. Um, had I been in town, I would have partaken too. I wasn't. I got to work. I was in San Diego. Um, I know they were busy asking for volunteers, and they had several volunteers. But think of how much smoother and faster this would have gone if they had more people to help. Um, and that's what I mean. Walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk. Shit like that that's looking for helpers, help them out. Look up local events or local organizations that are looking for help for stuff like that. And you'll definitely see myself joining Agent and my brother on some of these events too, any future events. And again, not all of us can. I get it. But yeah, man, if you're going to talk the talk, walk it. All I'm saying. Anyway, I've ranted too much. Again, Jane Like Fire, they were great guests. I'm happy to have had them on. I wish them nothing but the best. And I do wish her the best in the show. And I do mention it on there. Jade, the bass guitarist in the band, she's fixing to go to the military. She signed up for the Army. And 2 days after their album release party, their show, she's reporting to the Army. So it's crazy bold of her, very patriotic of her. So yeah, man, Jade, thanks for making it to the podcast with the rest of the your bandmates. Thank you for your future service. Be safe out there. Be mindful of everything. The military is gonna open a bunch of doors for you, and I'm excited for you too. But yeah, man, be safe out there. Be mindful of everything, and God bless you. What's up, everybody? Rene Rodriguez with the Long Story Longer podcast, and today's guests, local hard rock band, Jane Like Fire.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you guys for making it. I appreciate you guys making this drive. I don't know if you're from far east or west El Paso, so or wherever you're from.
Close enough. Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah.
We're doing a nice drive.
Yeah.
We're all Eastsiders then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good. So not that far of a drive. So Jane Like Fire, we've got Jade on bass, Ale on lead guitar, Antonio on drums, and Fernie on vocals and rhythm guitar.
Yes, sir.
But you do play lead once in a while too, don't you?
Yeah. I have
Okay,
a couple of parts, a couple
You
songs.
guys alternate? Cool deal, man. So I was messaging Fernie previously on Instagram, and I'm gonna start off with this bit of information. Whenever we saw you guys at the Lowbrow Palace at the end of last year, all the bands that played, I probably enjoyed 4 of the bands. I can't remember all the names, but I remember enjoying you guys' performance and King Collapsia. I can't remember what the other bands were at this moment in time, but This is more of a gripe that I'm going to share with you guys. So my buddy Adrian and myself and my son, we were there. And it's not that I'm talking smack on the judges, but you could tell who they wanted to win. I don't know if you guys felt that same vibe or not, because some of these bands were a couple of notes into their song, and the judges are dancing or already enjoying the music. I'm like, you're not even.
Yeah, I forgot about
I don't even know who the judges were.
I know who
I'm
one was.
gonna
I know
be
who
straight
one
up
was.
about that.
I'm not name dropping.
So when we were performing, I never really saw that. Obviously, you can't really see to the back because you're on stage and everything. But I didn't really feel that way, and I kind of heard some rumblings about that. I don't know what's what with that, but I didn't feel that way until I still really feel that way. But I did hear that kind of stuff after the fact, like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna. Some people are calling it rigged. I don't necessarily think that's the case, but you know, people have expressed to me and maybe to you guys too that you know they felt that way.
I don't want you guys to burn your bridges. This is my opinion. I think it was rigged. I think it was rigged because, and again, I forgot to switch cameras, but I feel like it was rigged in a sense because you guys brought an energy to the stage. You guys did.
Thank you.
I'd heard you guys' music before, on social media and what have you on the streaming platforms. Your song Control, but I hadn't seen you guys play live at all at that point just yet. So when I saw you guys play live, I was like, these guys are legit. You guys have a great energy about you guys, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys killed it, you know. And the judges, maybe not necessarily for you guys. I can't remember that clearly, but they're kicking back, talking amongst themselves, laughing, not even paying attention to the music. And
I think right as I got off stage, I went over to the judge and there was 2 of them instead of the 3. And then I was like walking around. I saw one come back from like the bar section sitting down, and then like the next band played and he was like he was like already grooving to it. And I was like, no, yeah.
I feel like they
As long as they're having fun,
I
man.
feel like they pick like just 3 random people off the street and call it a day.
it kind of felt that way, I think. Again, because Adrian laughs, my buddy, my co-producer, he laughs because I can't remember the band's name, and they've got talent. They do. I'm not necessarily talking smack on them because they're out there doing it, you know. They're out there playing music. But to me, the first song wasn't that much of an energetic song, and the judges are up there dancing and grooving to the song. I'm like, they're a couple seconds into the
Like they already
set.
knew like the songs to begin with going in.
It felt very. They knew who they wanted to win, and I don't know if they won ultimately. I only went that one day to see you guys because you had invited Antonio had invited us, and Ryan really wanted to go, and I wanted to go too. Great show, but again, don't burn your bridges, you know. But I think you guys kicked ass. You guys were great.
Thank you.
A lot of people are unfamiliar with us, so I don't really blame anyone.
Yeah, like that's kind of like our origin story. It was we get cut out a lot because like I guess obviously you know no fault of people, but some people are looking for certain things and we don't fit into certain boxes. I guess we don't tick certain boxes, so a lot of times people will kind of look over us, and so a lot of our adventure so far has been proving to people, kind of reaching out, being like we're good enough, like we know we are, but we also need to show you guys.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what's good. So with the music, I don't have as much music out there yet, but the stuff that I've written, you don't want to fall into a box. You guys don't. It's some of my favorite bands, and I'll say their names later or whatever, but some of my favorite bands, they don't play just one style of music. They play a lot. Foo Fighters, for one, all their songs sound different. Yeah. They fucking kick ass. Yeah. So don't fall into any boxes, man. Do your thing. Whatever sounds good to you guys, work with it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like that's... Like, I know the stuff that we've recorded, a lot of stuff is kind of crazy. Like, you can tell... well, we can tell, when we wrote things and, like, what kind of periods we wrote them in, what we were thinking of when we wrote them.
Yeah.
But, like, we have a lot of different tracks that we're going to put out soon. So, I'm excited to have everyone hear it. But it was also, like, thinking back, it's like, oh, yeah, that was written this. Like, oh, we were listening to this when we wrote it. Like...
Yeah. Like, you could tell, like, what inspired us at which time. And you can tell which... I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell which one you wrote at 3 a.m, but...
Yeah.
Possibly,
Oh my god.
That's like
maybe.
Yeah, that one was...
That one.
Yeah.
3 people on the drums behind the kid at once.
Yeah.
3 of us on the drums and Fernie slaving away on his editing software trying to make our
Yeah,
music.
they were playing the drum groove and I had to, like, program it to make sure we didn't lose it.
No. For it's not boom boom. It's boom boom. Like
Alan, Ale had just woken up from like a 3 hour
I
sleep.
took a nap in the middle of the writing session.
Yeah.
3 hour nap and right back to right.
And we could. I think it's gonna end up being one of my favorite songs off the album.
Actually, yeah. It's
come
one
a
of my
long
favorite
way.
already.
And so far, you've got 6 tracks for that album that comes out July 12th.
Yeah, so it's 7 and July 12th.
7, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
No, you're good. 7 tracks. July 12th is it's what's happening. I know I almost said it's what we're aiming for, but yeah, that's what we have planned. We're gonna put out an 8th. That's gonna be. It's supposed to be part of that, but things happen, so we weren't able to put it out with the album. But we're still gonna be. That's still gonna be part of the album. Like once we get physical copies and everything, it'll have that 8th song to
Perfect.
solidify its album status, I guess.
That's perfect. And so as far as your influences on that album, do you guys show your influences on there, or what do you guys?
Down the line.
I feel like it's a little obvious. Some of them it's like super obvious. Some of them are a bit more subtle. I feel like once people hear it, they're gonna be like, okay, this sounds like this, and it's like, yeah, kind of that.
It just is that.
Yeah, that was like our interpretation of this. I don't know if you guys want to say the specific ones. Do you want to spoil that?
No, we gotta keep that.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
But
for now,
as artists, like individually, we definitely have our own very clear like inspirations. I feel.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So talk about yours.
I'm a huge fan of like Tiger Lilies. They're not like super popular, but like, and System of a Down is like my kind of thing.
That's like the uniting band. I think one of them is System of a Down.
Oh yeah,
I
and
love System of a Down.
Yeah, I'm a very ska person too. I'm very groovy on bass.
Ska's great. I love
For
ska.
real.
And I'm influenced a lot by like Dance Gavin Dance, The Fall of Troy, Hail the Sun. Like I love their music so much. And System of a Down's like a joining band for all of us as well.
I'm also influenced by Fall of Troy, and then Pierce the Veil and Metallica. A little bit of Pink Floyd.
For me, man, I like a lot of crazy stuff. I like a lot of music, but I think the rock sphere stuff, Gojira.
That's one I love.
That's one that I always kind of try to sneak into our songs. And Gojira and like Deftones, I guess.
Oh hell yeah!
In some of the more, I guess, early aggressive stuff.
Oh yeah.
I do like the shoegaze stuff, but I think I like the bit more of the aggressive Chino.
Yeah. No, I love everything Deftones, but I can't help but feel old right now because I knew maybe 4 or 5 of the bands that you guys mentioned. No, Metallica, of course, Deftones. Yeah, I love both of them. But that's great, man. If your influences are there, it's what made us all together as far as our music, Yeah. Our influences are going to define who we are, essentially, to some extent. But as far as your album that's coming out, how do you feel each track differs from the next? Or are they all pretty much on the same playing field? Or
energy level? Some of them, like, we have some that are chill but intense. We have some that are, like, fast but maybe chiller. Like, we have some that are mid-tempo but high energy, I guess.
Some that feel, like, really big.
Yeah, like, just different weights, I guess. I like to describe things with weight, like heavy, light, soft, hard, harsh. Just, like, a lot of different, I guess, rhythms, a lot of different waves, like a lot of different motions, I guess.
Right.
To keep it kind of separated from each other. I think we have I think there are only 2 songs of the album that sound similar. I think, but not even by that much. I think people will probably know when they release, but probably if you just squint your eyes, squint your ears a little bit.
but it'll make sense if they're on the same album because it's on the same wavelength as the rest of that album.
Oh, yeah, sure.
What have you, So. It'll make sense to everybody that listens to it, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys said you guys were recording at Star City Studio?
Yes,
Star City, man. It's super cozy there.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Zach.
Yeah, Zach's our guy. We did like 12-hour recordings.
Those are crazy.
12-hour recording sessions, and you definitely feel them.
I was isolated in a room, drum
Oh,
kit,
yeah.
mixed behind me, at least one empty bag of big gummy worms, 2 Gatorade bottles, 1 being empty, and then 3 empty water bottles at the end of the session.
It's like 10 hours. We locked you in for like.
I was so happy anytime I came out.
Yeah, we took lunch breaks and stuff, but like, man, by the end of it, like we were like, yeah, it's time to go home. It's time to rest. It's time to prepare for next time.
But also in the moment, it's so fun.
It is
It's
super
so
fun.
fun
It's
to just
super
be
fun.
there.
Also, thanks to Zach's wife for making all the great
Oh,
food.
yes.
Yeah.
Yvonne, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I believe
Yvonne,
so.
I
Yvonne,
think
thank
so.
you.
We got plenty of
Super
nutrition
cool.
from that. That was really good.
Yeah, like and then in between, I guess all the actual work, we'd be hanging out. I know we recorded video. We're hoping to do a music video with like us in the studio. But a lot of that video was just us goofing off and us like
Oh yeah.
looking
Oh.
into the camera or you learning how to use the camera.
There's one song on the album that has like double bass, like and all that. I had to do 5 takes of that.
Oh my
But then
god.
after
yeah.
those 5 takes, the snare mic moved, so it changed the tone. Meaning I had to do another 5 takes, and by the end of that, my feet or whatever, were
Calves,
like,
your feet, everything.
just everything was
gone.
done. And it was only the 3rd song of the day.
Oh yeah.
I think people are gonna hear it though, hear the pain.
Oh.
It adds
in the
flavor.
best way
Added essence
possible.
to the song.
And the double bass happens within like 4 different times in the song, I think.
Yeah, just about. That one was supposed to be like the endurance test. I'm sorry.
But so you're talking about the music video at the studio, so it'll make sense because a bunch of the old school punk videos and stuff.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Oh
what you
yeah.
saw. You would see the bands having fun behind the scenes, whatever. So it'll be a great video, I'm sure.
Nothing else matters.
Yeah, that's pretty. We're thinking of Nothing Else Matters, the music video. Like they pretty much do that.
Yeah, I feel like that was the
Pretty
essence that we
exact thing.
wanted for that too.
We even got
I
like
don't think that came across.
We're like, yeah, well, like,
I mean,
like it's not like serious
us.
video.
Yeah.
but it's still us.
Yeah. I'm still determining what song that's gonna go to because since it's just all clips of us, can be any song.
I know.
But I think once we situate that, we'll put it out there once everything gets out.
So let's go back to the beginning of everything. You guys started off at Soundstage 9.
Yeah.
Is that how you guys all met too, or?
She likes to tell the story.
That's
Okay.
an Alice story.
So, Roger Hennis, who's like in charge of all of Soundstage 9, he wanted to start a program called Artist Development Program, where he would like, it's just like a different like payment plan as a part of being in the music school, but like with that he'd help you release a song, right? And like he tried working with me, but I really didn't want to release a song because it would just be me, and it would be me playing guitar, it would be me singing. And I wasn't feeling it. I was really shy, like super shy at the time. So I really backed out like last minute. And Roger, in response, threw me in a room with Fernie and said, "Jam," right? And it was me, Fernie, and then another drummer who was at Soundstage at the time. And the 3 of us, we jammed, and that's how Jane Like Fire was born.
Yeah, like our first maybe like 6 months, we were a 3-piece. We didn't have a bassist.
Yeah.
And so we would play shows. I know we did like we opened up for some kid who released a single, like an actual younger kid, and then we did a zoo gig. We played with
We played at a
Soundstage
wedding.
9.
At a
Oh yeah,
wedding.
we played it at our drummer's dad's wedding. Just a lot of really fun shows like that. And then we finally got a bassist. We had a bassist before Jade, but she had to focus on her life. I think she graduated and she wanted to focus on her career. And then we got Jade.
Which is like a similar story actually, because Roger reached out to me and was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I heard you want a band," and I was like, "No, yeah, I do." And he's like, "Okay." Threw us in a room, was like, "Jam," and I was like, "Oh, okay," which was actually super funny because he told me to learn the songs in a key that you guys don't play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I played Wipeout by the Ventures, and then we all started jamming, and then like from there we all just joined,
Yeah.
and then of course the original drummer not here anymore. Creative differences. Yeah. He's in his own amazing band now, and then we found Cucumber.
Yeah.
That story, bro.
Antonio Cucumber. We called him Cucumber because that's his Instagram handle. But we called him that. Yeah, we do it
about that.
involuntarily. But for the longest time, we were told like, oh yeah, this drummer Antonio is really good, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean we'll look him up, we'll talk to him, we'll ask him.
Yeah.
But we're talking to this other drummer, Cucumber, like not knowing that it was the same person for like, I kid you not, a month after we played with you.
Oh yeah. We're like, oh yeah. So when's Antonio gonna like?
Yeah, I was like, maybe we need to hit up Antonio.
I wonder who Antonio is.
Oh my gosh.
No, but he's great. We really
Oh yeah. And now together we're like the Fab Four.
Actually,
sure.
Actually.
Well, there was that one recital where you played Everlong, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was a great performance, man.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh.
You good, bro? Oh.
He's flattered.
So we actually played together at one of those old soundstage recitals.
Oh.
I think I had to have been like in middle school. I still had braces. And then Antonio's maybe like 8, 9 years old maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not even.
And there's a
Like
picture
7.
where I'm like
Seven.
kind of like putting my shoulder on his head, like, and like kind of like this to him.
Sweet Dreams. We played Sweet Dreams together
Yeah.
at Bubblegum.
For real, man, that's crazy how paths.
I know, right? And then
Align.
sometime after that, I played with Cucumber at
The zoo show.
yeah, at the zoo. No, it was at the zoo or what?
I think it was a Western Playland.
It was Western Playland.
Oh.
We played together at Western
We
Playland.
played Ice Spice.
Yeah, we played Ice Spice.
I had no
That was
idea.
crazy. So we all kind of like roughly, and then we went to the same high school
yeah,
together.
yeah.
So we all roughly knew each other.
I just saw Ale around here and there, but I never.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually a crazy story.
Did any of you guys play that Western Playland show? I know Ryan played drums on Golden Hour. Did you guys play
Yeah.
on that one?
Wasn't that the summer watermelon party?
No, that was
No,
something
it's
different.
something
Oh,
else.
okay. But it's Ryan and
Ryan,
I'm gonna butcher his name.
no, Ryan Rodriguez.
Oh, okay, no, okay. I'll see a different Ryan.
I don't think so.
I don't think we
I don't
did.
think so. I know we have played at Western Playland with Soundstage and with KLAQ.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those. I don't think so. No, I don't think about that one specifically.
Okay. I got a picture somewhere, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen the rest of you play at their events. Again, I saw Antonio play Everlong at that one show. Because going back to my son, I mean, Mijo's a great drummer too, and Mijo kicked ass. I'm not saying that because he's my son, whatever. He kicked ass for sure, but then I think he played right after him. Right, I can't remember if he played.
I think
before.
I was right after, yeah.
Right after, yeah, right. And I was like, holy shit, dude.
No, yeah. Everyone kind of gets like a shock when Antonio Cuke enters the room. And they're like, how old are you, bro? And Antonio was like, oh, 13. Like, everyone's like, what?
Yep.
I think everyone's reaction is universal. I think even Zach at the studio was like, what?
Oh yeah. That was,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
But that's cool, man. I mean, like,
But he's goated.
We wouldn't have
he's
any
goated.
more.
He's goated.
Thank you.
But then you're also playing guitar as well, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's super good at
He's
guitar,
also
too.
good.
Yeah.
And what push you more towards drums at the moment? Or is it just you're gonna try to learn everything as you can?
Yeah, honestly.
You're good, brother.
Did you play drums or guitar first?
Oh, drums. I'm sorry, my bad.
And why did you learn guitar?
I learned guitar because Kirk Hammett.
That sounds about right.
Your love for Metallica?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's most people's
And
story.
I started focusing. I started locking in more on drums because of Lars. Lars Ulrich.
No way, that's your
Metallica drum.
inspiration.
No, I never
You're
said
funny, bro.
inspiration.
I have to be better than Lars. I will be better than Lars.
If Lars can make it,
Honestly, I think you're equally. Obviously, you've done more drums because you're our drummer. But when you play guitar, you're really good.
Thank you.
Like you're super locked in.
Yeah, bro.
You just have to learn how to write now. I'll teach you.
Well,
I'll teach you.
write
that.
with music theory. I can write, just not with music theory.
That's like.
That's right.
I mean, you can write though. You have a really good ear. Honestly, you and Jade have a really good ear. Like you guys know what to play and how to compliment. Even if you guys aren't like, oh yeah, it's this scale, these notes,
I
like.
I don't know names of anything,
Mhm.
but like
Slowly
I
learning.
could feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like that's music.
that's how I do it. I started learning music traditionally when I was younger, but then when the internet first came out again, I'm gonna seem old now, but when the internet first came out and tablature started coming out online for songs, that was easier than learning music theory. That was easier than
Yeah.
learning the actual notes and stuff. And so I sadly veered away from that stuff. But if you guys know theory, it helps a lot. But also, if you do stuff naturally, is how I do it. I do shit by accident, pretty much.
I feel like we all roughly know theory because I've been in orchestra for like 8-9 years.
I was gonna say,
So I know like orchestra side, like very classical music kind of theory.
And it all comes hand in hand. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
trying to apply it is like if I really like sit down and think about it, I can do it. But like
Yeah. It kind of
Taxi.
sucks too. That's why I think like you have to be in the right headspace to do it a lot of the time. Because a lot of times when I'm writing my stuff for the songs, I'm like, okay, here's what I want to do, and then I'll like plan it out, and it's like it's boring. But like when we get together and then like a riff comes up, it's like, okay, let's try to see how we can not only expand on it but or put it somewhere, like see where it lands. Like that stuff's super fun. So I do like the mixing the calculated approach with the hey, let's jam and see what cool riff we come up with approach, kind of putting them together.
especially having it like half and half.
Yeah.
It helps so much. Like when we're all working on something together, I feel like we can.
Yeah, the goat guitarist over there, the greatest of all time. I swear to God, like you're actually the glue.
No, if it was just the three of us, we'd be like playing the same riff over and over. Like
Yeah.
this needs something. Like this needs.
Yeah, it needs a little something extra.
Because I'm picky about that. That's actually what I dislike about Deftones. It's too redundant. So when they get redundant, I call them out on it.
Yeah, because they only have one guitarist, I believe. I know Chino sometimes plays,
Yeah.
I mean,
but
yeah.
not in all of them.
Yeah.
But like yeah, especially like your influences and what you listen to, obviously it shows up in your playing. So you'll turn what is like an okay kind of riff, maybe like a creative riff or like a chord thing on my
spice
end.
it up.
Oh,
yeah, and like literally crank it to 11. Like it's
Thank
freaking
you.
sweet.
Thanks, bro.
Of course.
And how often do you guys jam out or have these writing sessions?
We try to
Weekly
like
or
twice
a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week. Summer's crazy, so it's been a little bit,
Oh yeah.
a little bit all over the place, like scheduling and recording and stuff.
Especially
But
yesterday.
generally, we try to meet up 1 to 2 times, 3 times a week, maybe. Usually for gigs, we'll do 3 times, so
Oh,
we're all
yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
Cram like a last minute cram
But
before
actually-
a test.
I forget it.
It's so like it's so interesting being like a local band like this because like even stuff like that where I feel like I should be like, oh my god, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm smiling the whole time. I'm obviously like I'm worried, but it's like
No,
I'm grateful. I'm worried right now.
No, I'm
No,
just
you're-
scared straight up. I get super anxious before a show. Every single one. It could be like super like low stakes, just at a bar for an evening, and I get super nervous for no reason.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So whenever, because you've also done shows where it's just a few of you guys too, right? Not everybody, not the whole. Because I think you guys had the footage of the marathon or something like that.
Oh yeah, the marathon
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
good of you guys.
Yeah.
I was out of town.
So that one was
Uh,
like
country.
like Cass V had hit us up and asked us to play, and we're like, well, our guitarist is out of town, and we're like, hey.
Basically.
Or yeah, sorry, bass rather. My bad, I forgot. It was an early show, so I don't remember. We were up like at 5 a.m. for that, but
Oh my God.
Yeah.
and we were like, oh, okay, like, hey, are you cool if we do this? Like, we'll just kind of jam out. They didn't really ask us to play like a specific set list. They were just like, hey, we kind of want to have live music. Could you guys show up and jam? We're like, yeah, sure, of course. So we were there, so we did it. I know we had a couple like that. We've done like an Escadete. What is it? The Life Run, the Cancer Run, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also the recent show when you were gone, we've also had a different guitarist just fill in.
Oh yeah, yeah. This past
Chris.
My guitar teacher, so it wasn't gonna
yeah,
get.
Yeah,
but our
worse.
guitar teacher,
Yeah.
he taught you well and me all right.
Okay, bro.
At whose fault though?
It's probably mine. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Wrote it out.
I mean, like, cause you're. It's funny because I guess what we play, I was never like, hey, I want to learn crazy stuff. I'm like, hey, just teach me like how to write, I guess. So I locked in on that, and you like locked in on the more technical, like impressive, cool stuff.
It's cool.
I like holding down like the foundation, I guess.
Bro, but you cook. Like, you basically like are the foundation. You like hold us all together, dude. 100%. But none of our songs would be without Fernie. Fernie's
That's
definitely like an asset.
Well, I feel like that's the worst way to start off. But all of us kind of hold it together. I feel like every thing everyone adds just makes it.
Oh yeah, like if one of us is missing, we're gonna feel it.
Yeah, like it's not our song without your lead. It's not our song without whatever crazy drum beat you concoct that day, and it's not our song without the notes or the groove that you decide to play over that. Definitely different. The different influences show up in that, and that's what I like listening back to, like a lot of the demos and like the mixes and stuff where we have all those things together. It's super cool.
The four of us are just like such a team with anything.
Yeah.
Literally anything we do.
That's
Even
good.
driving on the way here,
Oh my god.
like we're all like such our own people, but we all like come together. So like, it's so I love.
That's good because back in the day when I used to be in bands that did nothing at the end of the day, a lot of it was because I didn't get along with the people I was jamming out with. A lot of times I was cool with them until a certain thing about them would bug me, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be here, So that you guys get along great, that's all the better for all of you and for the music. Ultimately, that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, so with Jade with bass, what led you towards bass before any other instrument? Unless you played anything else before.
I went to sound. I don't go anymore, but I went to sound stage to sing. Originally, I had an amazing teacher. He plays like every instrument known to man. Sam.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's insane.
love
Sam
Sam.
Rodriguez. Yeah. And then I got bored, and I asked him. I was like, "Can I learn something different?" He's like, "Yeah, you have me for the whole hour. Do whatever you want." So that literally the second he said that, I learned drums. I tried guitar. I don't really mess with guitar that much. And then I learned bass too. And I remember I was out with my mom, and we went to Hero Music. So I've always loved music, and I was watching Feel Good Inc.
Right.
with Murdoch, yeah, on
music
the
video?
bass. Yeah, the music
Oh,
video
yes.
of Murdoch, and I was like, oh, I want to be like that. So I go into the Hero Music, and I'm looking at a guitar, I'm looking at a bass, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And mom's like, okay, buy it. So we leave literally Hero Music with the with the bass, and then since then I've just been like, bass is like my thing. Like I've just
Good.
always loved bass.
When did you start playing again?
I think it was 2020, 2021. So it's not like I've been playing for like ever, but like, I love bass so much. I started on violin and then I moved to bass.
That's cool, man.
And you're playing what brand of bass?
Brand.
What brand? Yeah. Or what model bass guitar are you playing?
I think it's a Yamaha.
I think it is too.
I'm terrible with technical. I
I always like to say like we have like shoestring budget instruments. I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
was the only one with like a particularly nice instrument.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My pots buzz, the roof
No, for
leaks, my
real.
shoes creak.
I'm missing like half of my equipment.
but also, it doesn't really matter what the instrument is worth. Ultimately, it depends on if you can play it.
Yeah.
I've got nice guitars. I can't play worth a fuck, but I play all right. But it's not the end all be all either.
Yeah.
I feel like it also gives it such flavor, you know?
Definitely adds, definitely adds some character. Like a lot of the grimy, like the early Deftones stuff, it has. I kind of based my live tone off of that because I have a crate that from like the 2000s and it has that nasally grimy sound. So that's where I get a lot of my sound from. Off my
I used to buy the guitar magazines when I was younger, when I was in my late teens, early 20s. And I remember there being an article with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, Audioslave, whatever, where he had talked about at one point going over to a pawn shop and he bought a guitar for $50. And it was a piece of shit for the most part,
Yeah.
But he made it sound great. Again, he's got his distinct sound or whatever, and so it made sense for him to do his thing with it. So again, it doesn't matter what instrument you've got. It's how you play it or what you do with it for sure.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, I think it kind of applies to us too. It's just having the vision, like, oh, this is the sound I hear. Even if you can't make it sound 1,000% professional, even getting to like 75 is good enough, usually.
Oh yeah.
And then just making sure it's like, presentable, people like it, and that you like it, obviously, and that, you're happy with it.
And then you, Ollie, you play a Les Paul? Is that what you play?
Yeah, I play Les Paul Epiphone.
Yeah, so my thing with Les Pauls is I'm a big dude. They're heavy on me. So I can imagine on you,
Yeah, I had to
But-
get used to it.
But they're beautiful guitars. I had I can't remember what model Les Paul it was, but it was the one with it was a white one or the ivory one, with the 3 gold humbuckers on it.
Dang.
It was an Epiphone too. I can't remember how much my buddy paid for it. He was wanting me to teach him how to play guitar, so he bought it. And I had a GoPro camera that I was using for random other things I had it for, and he actually did dirt biking videos and stuff like that. But he had lost his camera, and he's like, "Dude, I'm not gonna play guitar. I'll trade you that guitar that I just bought for, I think it was $850. I'll trade you that guitar for that GoPro that cost me like $350, bro."
Dang.
I'm like, "Dude,
Steal.
take it." Yeah, it was a big steal. But it was just too heavy for me.
Really?
They're beautiful guitars.
Yeah.
They're beautiful guitars, but that's why I go hollow body.
Oh.
That's why I go hollow body because
Yeah.
it's.
I think one of my first guitars was like a knockoff Les Paul, and that thing was crazy.
I mean, you've held my guitar.
Yeah, yours is nice, but like the knockoff one is like maybe double that.
No, forget it.
And that was like the first one that I learned on, and looking back now, like the neck was all warped and stuff, so it was really hard to play.
Oh, forget it.
And so I had to learn on that one for a long time before I got my first new guitar, which was like an Ibanez, and then I got a Jackson more recently that I've been using. Like that's what I recorded with the Jackson. But like going from literally messed up guitar to like playable is crazy. I think anyone that's starting should try that out. Like getting the piece of wood guitar that doesn't work and then upgrade later on.
That's how I started.
I used to have an acoustic guitar and I'd get like the calluses super bad from playing all day. And then that's how I learned that electric guitar was a lot nicer, and so I just stuck with that.
Oh yeah, because I remember when I first started playing guitar, I was 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I just said, "Oh, I want to play guitar." My parents didn't want to like invest a lot of money into something that a 7-year-old was probably gonna drop in 2 weeks, so they got this $30 guitar off Amazon, and it's like this. I was small, so it's like this big now. It's like this tiny little guitar.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Yeah, and I ended up enjoying it. So when I believe I was 9, because I'd been playing for 2 years at that point. When I was 9. They got me a small little Fender Stratocaster, and I loved it.
Or whatever it's called.
Sorry?
The small scale bullet is what they're called.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, and I played the hell out of that one too. I really liked it. And then last time they took me to what is it? Guitar Center, right? Yeah. Last time they took me there, they said, "All right, Ade, this is the last guitar we're ever gonna get you."
Wrong.
And, no, yeah. After that,
Correct, actually.
Correct. That was the. Yeah,
Oh,
true.
really?
They said, "This is the last guitar we're ever gonna get you. Go inside, but you pick whatever you want. Also, you're not getting a birthday party ever again." So I was like, "All right," and I picked out the turquoise Les Paul Epiphone that I play to this day, and it's like the best thing ever.
This is your birthday present until you're 30, so.
Yeah, I'm not getting my own guitar. It's good to go. It'll last me forever.
Yeah, I mean it's held up.
Yeah.
Like you've been playing it for that long.
Yeah,
Oh,
since I
yeah.
was
It's like
since I was 11. Yeah.
Jesus.
And
Okay.
yeah.
That's been
Guitar
a
since
while.
I was 7. That guitar since I was 11.
But I think all of you are going to be in my situation at some point where you're going to want more. I don't know. I don't know how many times I've said, "This is my last guitar. This is my last guitar," and I've got several. It's
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
have a few of those.
I'm kind of at that point right now, low-key. But I'm like, I'm leaving so soon. It's like, I might as well just run it till it explodes eventually.
I just need
Yeah.
cymbals at this point. I just need cymbals
Yeah.
and a
So
good
crazy
kick pedal.
expensive.
The
Until you
cymbal
Too
get
expensive.
The cymbal problem, yeah, like that's been like the main thing is like your double kick and then like your cymbals.
I mean, that reminds me. I know I'm not guitar in the band, but my first guitar was some Toys R Us one before they closed down, and it's done. It doesn't work anymore.
eviscerated.
There's not even strings on that thing anymore.
What?
yeah. My first guitar was, and I still have it. I think it's in Mijo's closet or my garage. I can't remember. It was a short scale guitar too. Some no name. It was Dixon, the brand, but you've never heard of that brand. I've never heard of it before. But the reason I had it was my first one because my co-producer Adrian, that's not here, he's always played guitar. He's played guitar for a longer time than I have. And when we were in high school, he was about to sell that one to get some other stuff. And it was chrome and black. It was a badass guitar, badass looking like a Fender copy.
Yeah.
But I got ridiculed for having that one too. Like, that's not a Fender, that's not a Squire, that's not this, that's not that, whatever. But it was my first guitar, and it was just the volume knob, the tone knob, and one humbucker. That's it. But I rocked that shit for a good while.
That's all you really need. Like, I feel like some of the stuff is hardware, but a lot of it is how you dial it in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we've people have complimented our sound, and I'm like, that's crazy, because again, I'm running like a 2000s crate that has like a nasally, grimy 2000s solid state sound.
And we just hit the buttons until they make a set tone that sounds
Yeah,
nice.
pretty much. Like people are like, oh my god, you guys, like your tone's so balanced. I'm like, okay, like that's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves with certain, well, not any band that I've seen recently, but whenever they've got their highs like too high,
Yeah,
it
it
just
hurts. Yeah, it hurts.
it's terrible. I remember talking to a kid at one point, and I tried giving him advice. Say, hey man, mess with your knobs, mess with your bass, your mids, everything. Just your treble, mess with all of them till you get the right sound, because that's too sharp. But it's not that he wasn't having it. I think he was just stubborn. Like he didn't know any better. So his idea was crank it all the way up and have every knob all the way up, or maybe the bass,
Oh yeah.
maybe the bass knob all the way down, and
Oh.
but it was a terrible sound. Pobrecito.
Yeah, like I think some people underestimate how important it is to just take like 5 minutes, because I didn't really spend that much time like dialing in. All I know is that generally you don't need too much bass. It's good to have some mids, and then highs maybe is depending on how you like it. You could probably have it just like at 12 o'clock. That's probably how I have it. A crate GFX 212. Look it up. There's not even mids for the distortion channel. It's just shape and like lows and highs.
And what are you guys using for your distortion or overdrive? Is it just whatever's on the amp, or are you guys using effects too, or?
I know we have JHS3 series pedals.
Yeah, but I only
don't
used
really-
it for the lowbrow show.
Yeah, we don't really use them, but we usually just use whatever comes in our amps
Yeah.
for the most part.
So whatever's there already.
Which is what I do with mine. I have a little Fender tube amp, and I just use a little bit of gain with the volume up, and that's my sound pretty much.
Yeah, like sometimes it's all you need. It's built into it. It comes. Usually it's pretty good. Sometimes
Yeah.
aren't, but
Well, more so
for the
now
most
than
part.
before.
yeah,
Like my
no, yeah, for
my
sure.
pedals behind you, they're collecting dust. I'll use them again eventually, right on that second shelf.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we have those exact ones
I know.
too.
Ale, is it
Couple
that
of them.
you're...
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, the Tom
Crybaby.
wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're gonna have the same problem at some point where you're gonna want more guitars. I think it's.
7 of them, I think.
It's crazy.
I
like
don't
that
know.
time.
I have like an attachment to mine. I feel like I couldn't replace it for anything.
Yours is so you though. Like I look at it and
really
I'm like,
is.
no, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the color, the fish. If you notice,
I love the fish.
the fish
I
is
love the
perfect.
fish.
Let's see.
I slapped that on there the day I got it.
Just fish sticking.
It's still there too, just crazy.
Yeah,
In
it's a
perfect
wall
condition.
sticker.
Huh?
It's a wall. So okay.
Oh,
My-
okay, see what you mean.
So I had just got in my own bedroom, right? And my parents
Oh.
got me these little wall stickers to decorate my wall. And I was like, and I had an extra fish, and I was like, where shall I put this? And I slapped it on there, and it's still there. It's
That's
holding
sweet,
on.
man.
Yeah, my sticker on mine, which is that,
Oh, yeah.
which is that poster back there. That's one of my drawings. I drew that.
Oh, you did
Oh,
that's
nice.
wow.
Isn't that like rap? That's like rapping.
Rapping style Ninja Turtles.
Love
Yeah.
rapping.
Sick.
Hey.
That's so cool.
That's the only reason I put on this guitar, because it's my art. Otherwise, I'm to the point where it's got to be a sticker art from myself or one of my friends.
Yep.
If I'm gonna put on my instruments, because you do kind of want to be unique too. You know, you don't want whatever somebody else might have later.
Yeah.
Or,
I have so many stickers on the back of my guitar. I mean, back of my I keep calling it guitar.
I've
The
seen
back
it.
of my bass. Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
there's nothing on the front, and you flip it around. It's like a bunch of local bands. I have like skateboarder. I have like Spitfire.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Girl for my girl boards. Independent for the the trucks.
yeah.
Stuff like that.
Skateboards.
That's sweet.
Just being unique. I love it. I love it.
So there was that one gig that you guys had at the Dusty Tap, well, a couple months back, several months back, and that one we were in contact with either your mom or your mom. I can't remember.
I think it was my mom.
That's probably your mom. Adrian, my co-producer, was talking to her because that's whenever we first reached out about having you guys on the podcast, and we had our dates all wrong. Otherwise, we would have been at that show.
Dang.
Cause so for work, I'm home a week at a time, and I'm away a week at a time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the weekend that we actually were about to drive over to the Dusty Tap, and it was an ugly day. I think it was the Saturday before.
Yeah, I remember
Oh
that.
yeah.
We scouted
we,
it.
we were so worried about that too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, if it rains, Cucumber's gonna be so pissed. It's drums. Drums gonna be ruined. Our amps gonna be ruined. And then the week after, it was like,
Beautiful.
oh,
Like
it's
bright
nice
as
day.
day.
Yeah, it's like a perfect day to play outside.
Yeah, we were getting ready to head out there, and then I can't remember if I think it was Adrian that checked in on the event. He's like, dude, it's not till next week, and oh shit, but I'm not gonna be here. I think Adrian might have gone. I can't remember at this point, but at that point in time, it was gonna be myself, my brother, Mijo, and Adrian that were gonna go, and we
Dang.
were a week too early. So
What do you do for work?
I'm a railroader. I work for the railroad.
My dad is a
Wow.
railroader.
For who?
UP.
Okay, cool. I'm with BNSF. Is he here locally, or is he traveling too?
He's fairly local.
Okay.
He's a conductor engineer.
Mm.
So they go like Santa Teresa, New Mexico,
So
and then
he's
and
got
then they
the
come
local
back.
route.
Oh yeah.
Right on. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a signalman, so I'm in charge of
Oh yeah.
installing the crossings, the
Uh-huh.
signals, the switches, all
Wow.
the electrical stuff with
That's
the
pretty
computer
sweet.
stuff.
Dang.
So it's a good job. Your dad must really appreciate it too.
Oh yeah, he does. He's the only thing is like the weird schedules. They can call him at like 3 a.m.
Oh, for sure.
and then like the 12-hour break, but sometimes they don't give them the 12 hours and they get mad. And
Yeah,
just like the scheduling.
with me for the last, I've been there for 11 years, and up until last August, almost a year ago, I was only home on weekends, and that really sucked. But again, it's a great career, so you deal with it. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, your dad's it's a good career for him to have. It's obviously benefited the family. You know, so it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough, but that's about all those Ninja Turtles too. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. And that's another thing I was going to talk to you guys about too. Going back to parents, you guys obviously have supportive parents.
Extremely.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah, we're really grateful for that because, I mean, I'm nothing without their support, right? Like they were before I could drive, they were my ride everywhere.
Oh
They
yeah.
they bought me my amp, they bought me my guitar,
The classes, all of you.
the
know.
classes.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Everything.
Yeah, the
My
classes.
sister and my mom. My sister did not like driving me, but thank you to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All our families have been really supportive. I'm really grateful for them.
For real. Like I know my family, they're super invested. They're like my number one fans. They won't let me say anyone else is number one fans. Sometimes I like to say that my mom and dad are 1 and 2, but they're interchangeable depending on my mood.
My mom says she's not biased to me, but my mom has to be biased to me. She,
Natural, it's only natural. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way.
What's super funny is actually at the sleepovers, I feel like sometimes when we get tired, like writing music, Fernie's dad will come in and be like, "Do you guys have anything new yet?" And we're like, "We're working on it. We're working." He's like, "Okay, come on, like I want to hear
Dude,
something
he's
cool."
super excited for everything, man. Like, my mom has been too, but she's been trying to keep it like under wraps. And every day she's like, "Hey, have you guys gotten the mix yet? Have you guys gotten the demo yet?" And I'm like, "You'll be one of the first people to know because I've been sending them all the stuff too." But they're super like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? Like, when's the next
when
thing?"
I know you will too.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, like I'm super grateful for that, and I love him for that. Like that's been super cool to have.
Yeah.
So did you guys all get into music because of your parents too, or is that something that?
That's kind of interesting. Like,
I mean-
obviously the influences
I mean,
from my parents. My mom is a huge Tiger Lily's older.
Ooh.
A lot of older inspirations. She likes older bands too. She didn't really get me into playing music, but the second I mentioned it, she's like, "No, yeah, let's go get stuff for you." Like,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean, I remember I played soccer for 10 years when I was little, and my dad was like the assistant coach, right? So,
Right.
like, we would like connect through soccer, but the thing is, on rides on the way to practice, he would always play music. We would always play music together, right? Like, oh, Ale, let's play Chili Peppers. Oh, Ale, let's play Led Zeppelin. And I feel like that's a lot of where my influences started to grow. And yeah.
I mainly play the music I do play because of my dad. But the reason why I play music, like the whole way it started, was because of Goosebumps. Goosebumps, I saw that one episode of that scary invisible piano man playing. I was like, I want to learn piano. And I go to learn piano. Shout out to Henna. She's a great person. But
love
she
you,
could...
Henna.
You could tell she could not handle my energy.
She's like, "Yo, here's some drums.
She
here's
passed.
some drums."
She passed me on to Brian. She passed me on to Brian. Also, shout out to him. He taught me like everything.
Brian
I know.
Carvajal.
Yep.
Super
I love Brian.
She passed me on to him because anytime, no matter what, she'd be just like, okay, this is an A. Here, literally one symbol, like. And so I got passed on to Brian, and it's just been that since then.
That's sweet, man.
Should I tell them the story of why I started playing guitar?
If you, yeah.
Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Say
okay.
You got time. Say it.
So I was okay. Again, I was 7. Okay, and the Book of Life had just come out,
Oh, I know.
and I was watching the movie, and specifically the scene where he plays "Creep" by Radiohead,
That's cinema.
and I
though.
was like, I want to be him so bad. And that's where
Cool.
that's where it started for me. Wait, what about you?
For for me, my dad's just loves like my entire family, but mainly my dad likes rock. My mom kind of likes country and other such music. God bless her heart. But my dad was the one. I remember he was injured from work for a while, and so he'd pick us up from school, and he'd always be bumping. It was always '90s grunge, always '90s alternative. So I'd always be listening to Pearl Jam and like Metallica and like all the I guess the main bands that someone that was a teenager in the '90s would listen to.
Me.
Certainly was.
So your dad's probably my age.
Yeah,
dad
about
rock?
that. No, quite literally. And so,
Dad rock.
like, that was always super cool. And then I remember that would culminate in, like, us playing Guitar Hero and doing, like, karaoke and, like, doing stuff that was adjacent to playing music, but not quite. And then at some point, I think that's when I picked up one of my toy guitars that they bought me a long time ago, and I started playing. And I was always super against the idea of lessons because I've always been a stubborn kid.
Yeah, we noticed.
It helps though sometimes, you know, pick and choose your battles. But finally, I caved in. I did lessons, and I think that's when I started playing. I think I started like in middle school properly playing, and that's just been like. You know,
A good trajectory.
yeah, explosive from then on. But I would attribute playing and the love of music to my dad primarily. That was super cool about that.
What year did you start playing guitar?
Man, I'm old. Maybe like 2016, 2017. Don't say damn under your breath, bro. That's messed up. But
Geek was born around
something like that. I think I had to have been like 6th or 7th grade, maybe. That was around the same time we played the.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was still in middle school then. That showcase.
That means I started a year before you.
Oh.
That's crazy,
As
man.
a 7-year-old.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Lines converge, paths cross.
What?
I don't know, something about fate, such and such.
Okay, bro. All right.
It's super cool, like it's epic.
And so as far as cover songs, so you guys do play covers too. What songs do you guys generally cover, or what bands?
What are you looking at me for?
Like, we don't also play them?
Yeah.
Tell them.
We used to have a lot of Deftones songs. I think our very first set list was a bunch of 90s grunge songs. We used to do like No Excuses.
It was
Oh,
In
yeah.
Bloom by Nirvana, Bored by Deftones, Be Quiet and Drive by Deftones, Them Bones by Alice in Chains, and there's another one.
That's what
Knife
we
Party
had
came
later.
later.
Oh.
Yeah.
We only learned that after
Brain Stew?
No, we had it before.
Oh, really?
Brain
Brain
Oh,
Stew?
yeah,
Brain
Brain
Stew. Zero
Where's
by
my-
the Smashing Pumpkins.
Where's My Mind?
Yeah, where's my
We had
mind? Creep by Radiohead.
Creep by Radiohead.
Shout out to Creep by Radiohead.
Shout out to
You guys are funny, man. People love that one.
I've heard stories on you guys, like before I even knew you guys. I've heard a bunch of stories how much you guys hated it, or someone hated it. Someone hated
It
it.
certainly
I think
wasn't me.
I learned it. We played one show with it, and then we retired it.
Which
'Cause
song?
We already had another
Wee!
Creep.
By Radiohead.
And then Ali retired it.
I love Radiohead.
But it's because
Damn.
Creep is a song that once you guys are older too, you can already do it. But once you go to bars for karaoke,
Everyone does it.
everybody does that, or the country song Neon Moon.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the English El Rey.
Yeah,
That's
That's
my
what I feel like.
that's my defense for it though, is that everyone hears it and everyone's like, oh my god. I mean that's cool. I see why you guys are like, it's cliche, but I'm like, hey man, people like it. Like,
Oh, Toxicity.
oh my god, Toxicity.
That's
Yeah,
what we
how do I
that's what we
feel
still
about
play
that?
on occasion.
Huh?
That's what we still play on occasion.
Yeah. Toxicity, and then we recently added New Magic Wand by Tyler the Creator. It's like I guess our own arrangement of the song.
It's wonderful.
I
Like
love
so
a
it.
good.
heavier
I love it.
version.
I love and hate playing it.
I always wanted to do like a cover where we like I guess do it our own version. So that was
Yeah.
a perfect one. And that one's super fun to play.
It's
Oh,
great,
yeah.
and people love it too.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, it's my favorite cover that we play.
For
Honestly,
sure.
So the one thing that we haven't talked about just yet is, where does the name Jane Like Fire come from?
Okay.
He's looking at me. That's all.
So
her.
the name Jane Like Fire is an anagram for the
Okay.
members that were in Jane Like Fire when it started. So it was me, Ale, and then Fernie, and then our drummer was Jake, right? So if you scramble the letters, it makes the phrase Jane Like Fire. I did cheat though. I used 2 eyes. that was it went but that was all I had. It was super last minute. Like I was just like, oh, it's just an anagram idea, but our manager at the time was like, hey, you have to give us a name right now or else you're gonna be called the Crayon Kids. And
Oh.
it was bad. I was like, here you go, Jane Like Fire, and it stuck.
I think about that name a lot.
The
I
Crayon
feel like
Kids.
sneaking it into something like the title of a song
can't.
or like an album or something, but I'm like, I don't think so. There's no way we could justify that and like make it work. I think.
Yeah, no.
Crayon Kids with the K.
Terrible.
No way. Like a Z instead of the S.
Crayon Kids.
There's no way.
Gorillas, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like corn, but the Z is like a flip.
So then my next question is, why not likes instead of just like? Oh, I'm just curious.
Is it the letters? Is it you?
Well, okay.
Jane
So actually, I
Likes
never
Fire.
told you about this because I was scared.
Oh,
But
Oh.
Lord.
it was Jane Lake Fire.
Oh,
Because
okay.
that's what the anagram would have been correctly without cheating and using another I.
That's. I think you might have
And
mentioned that
Muñeca
once.
misheard me. And she said, Jane Like Fire? And I was like, yeah. And she took it away and it's Jane Like Fire. And I was like,
That's just like fate at that point.
Yeah.
That's like.
yeah. So yeah. That's how it happened. You just scramble the letters up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works. I was just wondering. I was like, why isn't it Jen Likes Fire? But yeah, you've got
Jane
an
Like
answer
Fire.
for it.
Or Jane Like Fire.
Yeah.
Like a comparison.
Interesting.
Actually,
Yeah.
I just learned that. I thought it was Jane Like Fire
I
because
didn't tell
J was
anyone.
for Jake, L was for Ale, and Fernie was
That
for
doesn't
Fire.
make
I
any
thought the
sense.
same
It-
thing.
it's you guys-
I
that's
thought
what I
the same
thought.
That
thing.
makes 0 sense. It's just scrambled.
I thought
makes
it
perfect
was
sense.
both of that. I thought it was double that
Yeah.
the J, the L, the F, and then also the anagram.
It's anagrams, bro.
I
It's
guess-
just an anagram. There is no I'm the like, you're the J. No, it's just mixed up, bro. And then there's
And then
no.
cucumber.
No. Anyways.
We gotta remake it with cucumber in there.
Jane Cuke Fire.
Jane.
Cuke
Something
like
like
fire.
Oh my gosh.
So then let's touch base with this upcoming show for your album release. Are you gonna have other bands playing with you guys too, or what's the setup? What's the plan? What's going on with that?
So, we for sure have 2, right?
Yeah.
2 confirmed. 2 confirmed. Collide the Gemini, Chris, Brian.
Nate.
Well,
No.
Chris's
Right
brother
right
now.
now
Nate's
it's
on hiatus.
right now it's
We
we
Chris's
love Nate
brother.
though.
We love Nate.
Nate is
I love
doing his own
So
thing.
it'll be like our teachers, our friends, and then we're kind of looking for a third band. I know we've reached out to some people. We're kind of just waiting on word
Then
back.
we have Turtle.
Yeah, I said Turtle.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Turtle
Turtle
Tank.
Tank.
Oh yeah, Turtle,
Turtle
Tank,
Tank.
Collide,
I love
Gemini,
Turtle Tank.
and insert third band. We'll probably like announce them once we get all that stuff. Put out a proper flyer and start pushing for it. But this is like the first kind of announcement. We're still trying to iron out kind of that last band.
Because it's really like 3 weeks away, give or take. It's almost here. You guys excited?
3
Yes.
weeks away.
It's exciting.
And that's
Okay.
2 days before you leave.
For
Yeah.
real, man.
2 days before I take my year-long hiatus. And then I come back, and everything's fine.
It's a year long because it's reserve though, or was it only a year?
Well, my I'm going to the army. I don't know if I said that, but my basic training is about like 10-ish weeks.
Okay.
And then after that, it's 52 weeks of specialized training in San Antonio. And then after that, it's kind of up in the air. I hope Fort Bliss is an option to come back to, of course, which is my goal. I do want to come back to Fort Bliss, but we'll see. So it's definitely minimum a year-long little hiatus. I will be back. I will be back eventually.
Good.
I'll be back
good,
in time
good.
for me to graduate and leave.
Yeah.
What?
That's
so,
crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
So we're at the stage where it's like, okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I
Damn.
think as of right, I don't want to speak for anyone, but I think generally we're gonna keep it going until we can't. That's kind of the plan as of right now. See how
For
far
Jane
we
Like
can
Fire,
get.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
See what we can get done, get going, and stuff.
So what's the vibe gonna be though once Jade's not here? Do you guys have somebody to fill in for her while she's away, or?
We have a few options in mind.
We do.
Yes, we do. Ale.
Yeah, we do. Well, because you
Oh,
were
true.
in Germany for like a couple when all that was kind of ramping up. But yeah, we do have some people in mind. We haven't picked anyone yet. I might need you to write out your stuff too, just in case.
Oh, yeah.
Or like I might ask for like the bass tracks on their own and stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, we have some people in mind. We haven't quite reached out yet, just because we're still kind of in the mix of all this craziness, getting everything done.
Correct.
But I think once we get that situated, we'll start. Probably take a well-rested break, a well-needed break rather, a well-rested break, and then we'll probably hit the ground running.
Yeah, like when like school season starts up again.
Maybe
I feel like that usually just happens with bands, like especially like local bands, like winter, like early school starting in, everyone kind of like recollect,
Yeah.
and then it's pushed out in time for like spring and summer.
Yeah, like once we get, I guess, situated, like if we get invited to shows, we'll probably end up doing those. But I think we're probably gonna take a little, maybe like a week or two, just to be like.
And I'm just asking because how you guys were or how we mentioned earlier about the vibe of all of you guys together, the energy that you guys give out. It's obviously a good chunk of the band
Yes.
that won't be here, and how is anybody going to match your energy?
It's gonna be some big shoes to fill, I think. Honestly, that's like one of the main things that we kind of found in like our search was like, okay, who's gonna vibe with us the best, and who's gonna pull through. Those are like the two things. Like I've always said, I don't want the best musicians. It doesn't matter if you know theory. It doesn't matter if you are learning your instrument. We can get you there. Like as long as you're willing to kind of work with us, and we'll work with you. We'll make it happen. Like we'll help you help us, pretty much.
And you can't play drums and bass at the same time?
Let's try
Not
it.
yet, not yet.
That would be a great solution.
He's learning. He's learning.
One day.
You better, bro.
Yeah. You're in the hot seat now.
I mean, I did the kick and hi-hat yesterday at practice.
Oh,
Bass,
yeah.
kick and hi-hat.
That was so. At practice yesterday.
Oh
we
my
were
gosh.
messing around so much. We were playing our friends.
Turtle
Tanks,
Tanks. I'm
yeah.
gonna name drop. Turtle Tanks drunk. Rat da 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 da
That's the song.
going to the liquor
That's
store.
their song. We're so obsessed with that song. We play it like over and over. And then he was playing like a blues beat. And so on my bass, yeah, I made it bluesy.
She kept going. I went blues, like trap beat,
Reggae.
reggae, slam. I like.
And then we circled back.
Pop.
And then we got into Love by Gojira.
Sweet.
I went into marching snare, dude.
Dang.
The church drummer.
It was so good.
I turned into the Turtle Tank drummer Dino once I let all my hair out.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
so funny.
wait! Shout out to Dino for like always letting me use like all his equipment. Like
Yeah,
I
he's our
finally,
drum tech.
Your savior, man.
he was the one who helped me get my drum kit, but he got like is helping me with all my equipment
He's
right
like
now.
his mentor outside of
Yeah.
like Brian, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's probably a good way to put it.
It's so fun.
For real.
Yeah, I loved having Brian as Miko's teacher because he's very, very involved.
Yeah, he's super
Helps you guys a lot too. And
And
Yes,
he
he is.
cares too.
He's a caring guy.
Yeah. All of Collide,
Funny,
they're
too.
such caring people.
for real.
You can't hate them.
Awesome.
If you do hate him, then
That's a you problem.
okay.
Yeah.
so is that who you guys were talking about, the guitarist for that band? Is who was your guitar teacher too, or?
Yeah, both
Okay.
of them.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, him I haven't met. I know who he is, but I haven't met him. Just Brian.
He's pretty chill. Yeah,
He's alright. Just
He's alright.
taught us everything we know.
Yeah, no, he's definitely like, he's the reason I have the influences that I have for guitar. Like he I don't know, like he's like, I say 90% of the reason I developed the style that I did. So yeah, I really appreciate him.
Yeah, that's funny. Like I said earlier, like you developed that style from him because that's what he plays, and I was kind of like, yeah. He tried kind of teaching me that stuff, and I couldn't quite crack it. I'm not gonna lie. And so I was like, I'll stick to doing rhythm. I'll do like, but it's funny like now that I guess obviously he's light years ahead of me, but I can write too. We write together sometimes, and I'll have rhythm ideas, and we'll kind of like bounce ideas off each other, and I'll notice that he kind of not struggles, but like he's like, oh, that's cool, like oh, like I wouldn't have thought of that, or oh, hey, that's like crazy. And I'm like, yeah. I always try to do like odd rhythms that try to like throw people off.
It's super cool. Dude, his breakdowns, they're the best.
They're funny, man.
incredible.
I'm like,
There is one rhythm. I don't know if I could say the song.
No.
Okay.
that one was so fun.
Playing it doesn't match up to what you say. You always tell me, and I always feel myself going.
Drummer. I love
Yeah,
drummer though.
they're
It's
difficult
the
to play.
accent.
Oh my gosh.
As far as your mentors though, that stuff is gonna stick with you guys forever.
Yeah.
It'll stick with you guys forever because I had two mentors that taught me a lot of what I know, and I remember with one of them in particular. His name's Angel. He's from the Phoenix area. With Angel, I used to show up to his house to take lessons from him, and me being a kid, I want to play Metallica. My favorite band's are Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Teach me this, teach me that, and he'd be like, "No, dude." He's like, "I'm gonna teach you to develop your own style. I'm gonna teach you to do your own thing." And as a kid, it didn't make sense. Now that I'm older, and to the point where nowadays, I suck at trying to play other people's music.
No, for real.
But I think I'm legit at writing my own stuff, and it's all thanks to Angel for the most part. So all that stuff that you guys, Brian and what's the guitarist name? I forgot.
Chris.
Yeah.
It's gonna stick with you guys for a long time. You'll appreciate it longer than you think you will, because those are the monumental people in our lives. You know,
Yeah, for real.
it's gonna go a long way with you guys. And then you guys are young, so you still got a long ways to go as far as your music, your talent, everything. So
It's exciting.
Oh yeah. It's like daunting, but like I'm so excited. Like I can't wait to like learn obviously more as we get. I feel like as we get older, for sure, we're gonna learn more.
no, for sure, because if you guys are already at this point, all the talent that you guys have now, all of you guys though, but yeah, especially. But I think I'm envious in a good way of you guys, because had I stuck around with music the way you guys are doing it pretty much every week on a weekly basis, right? You guys are doing it. You guys are living that dream that I should have lived. I think it's a good thing, because if you guys are mad talented now, imagine 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Imagine 15 years from now. Like don't put it on the back burner, because if you guys have that talent now, it's only going to get better.
Yeah,
If it's kicking ass now, it's only going to get better with time. It's
it's like hone it in, get it. What are you saying? It's true.
Because I'm probably not gonna stick around. I'd want to, but
Well, even just like having it like on weekends, like
Yeah. Even,
I'm
play some
leaving
guitar.
town.
No, I'm not
Right.
talking about like.
no, but
well,
you'll still have your guitar and you
general.
still.
yeah, like even once a week, I try to. Even though I don't, I try to play my guitar once a week.
I
And,
said
like
that
have like
about,
an idea, like some music thing once a week.
I said that about violin. Like after high school, like obviously I'm not good. I still like play my violin sometimes. Like just to
That's cool.
myself, like even like my parents aren't home, I just play. And I'm
I always wondered, Cube, do you bother your family with your drums?
upstairs, your upstairs
Yeah.
drums.
I mean, they wear headphones sometimes, noise
That's cool.
cancellation.
That's
They
crazy.
know
But-
they get the
But
memo.
my mom wants me to acoustic drums, figure out headphones for that. But
I'm sorry.
No, but they get used to it, because here with Nico,
Yeah.
he'll be jamming out. I'll be watching a movie in the living room, and of course, it's gonna get interrupted by the sound. But
No.
you adjust. You get used to it.
You adapt.
You
overcome.
they're just happy I know how to play.
Oh, that's
They said
sweet.
something
Like
like
me
that.
too.
They're just happy I know how to play, and I'm not over here slamming the E string like
That's
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
loud
you're
at
hearing
master
music.
volume.
They're hearing music.
Oh yeah. They're hearing rhythm and not just like a.
They're
little
hearing-
kid on
They're hearing
drums.
Lorna Shore.
That's pretty cool. I know, like at my house, I'll do a lot of demoing on my own, and my parents, I'll literally have everything up loud because I want to hear everything like mixed and stuff and hear like what it sounds like when it's loud, and I'll literally sing. There'll be times where I'm singing super loud in my room, and my sister and brother have their rooms kind of in the same hallway, and my mom and dad like on the other side of the house. But everyone says they can't hear me, but I think they're lying.
Well, yeah. Even at the sleepovers, we were up at like 3 a.m.
I
like
was gonna say.
Playing the
screaming into
drums.
pillows. Like we were actually like just going.
You were losing your
nuts. Yeah,
mind.
we were going nuts, and then like
There's a
we
bunch of footage of
like
that.
I think Q
Little
and I, or like one of us walked out and everyone was like dead asleep, and we're like,
It's crazy, man. Okay.
I knocked out in the room.
yeah, you know, I
Yeah.
gave her like some like little. I had ear protection. She
Me and
wore it
Fernie
and-
kept that one video of me and Fernie going, Ale,
Oh,
what are
yeah.
your thoughts on that? What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that, Ale? When Ale's over here dead
That's
asleep.
funny,
Yeah,
man.
because it was like super late at night, right? And I just knocked out. I was like, okay, you guys continue. And they were like, all right, this is the song. What do you think, Ale?
Ale?
And I was like,
And then literally an hour later, she wakes up, and then 30 minutes after that, she had a little dumb video of us just shouting "cookie."
Oh yeah,
That's because I demanded
wakes-
a cookie.
Wakes up and immediately backed on our like tomfoolery
It
business.
was codenamed Cookie for a while. that
Codename
song.
Cookie.
Codename-
Was it actually?
Yes.
Are you serious?
It's not anymore, but
Oh.
so it started off.
What are we gonna call
That's,
it?
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I guess that's after.
Jump.
Alright. Jump.
I feel like now we have to. We probably won't though.
Jump.
You'll get that later.
No, for real.
Alright.
And so to close this off, let everybody know again about the event, the show, about where they can get the album once it's out and everything, and let people know, each of you individually if you can, whatever you want to let them know, whatever you want to let the fans know.
July 12th, Jane Like Fire album. Name unknown as of right now. But we're going to have the release party at Rock House. We'll probably start putting flyers on our Instagram at Jane Like Fire when we start getting more information on that. As to where you can find it, anywhere. Spotify, we'll have it up on YouTube. We'll have music videos for it too. Apple Music,
Apple Music.
iTunes, and such.
Anywhere you listen to music.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, maybe. Potentially. And just, for people that were around for Control, like, Daniel Paulus has been super cool.
Great, dude. We love Daniel here.
For real. Just people that have been super supportive, thank you. We hope you like the next release, our next journey here. And hopefully you stick around. Hopefully, you like that too. And just thank you for being there, supporting us.
I want to shout out people who we haven't shout out. We've already shouted out Dino, Zach's wife, Daniel Paulus, the parents, Brian, Chris. I don't think we did, but Nate. Shout out Nate.
He needs a proper shout out.
Nate needs very proper shout
Sam
out.
Rodriguez, Hannah.
Sam, Hannah,
Yeah.
Ness Daniels,
Oh yeah.
Steve.
Steve.
Who else?
They've all
Who
been
else?
so supportive of us.
Yes.
Like they're like genuine like.
Yeah.
Day ones, honestly.
Giselle influenced me in some type of
Oh,
way
Giselle.
a few years back. I don't think she knows, but she did.
She knows now.
Tony now in Tony in Saving Bandit, he has. I
All of saving.
I take
Bandit.
influence on some of
honestly.
his guitar stuff. He's pretty good guitarist.
I've seen Saving Bandit at the beer festival.
Oh my god, I love Saving
They're
Bandit
great.
so much.
I really like that.
I went to go see them at 101 recently.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Oh, Chaz
So-
from Guitar Center, because he's always so chill.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he'll see this unless I show it to him. But
Shit.
shout out Chaz. I think that's his name if I'm not wrong. Chaz.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to add some.
Shout out
Lars.
mom. Shout out dad.
Honestly,
shout
yeah.
out I don't know, sister.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
And
she's
my
alright.
brother.
The pinky.
What?
The pinky.
Shout out my brother's friend Paul. I don't know how I can show this, but he's the back
Oh.
of the
Oh,
T-shirt.
yeah, our
Oh.
t-shirts.
Wait, can he stand up? If he stands up, can we show
I don't know if you can see it on cam right here, but yeah, we'll send you a picture of that. But he, my brother's friend Paul, he did the back of the shirt. Shout out to him.
Thank you so
we,
much.
We gave him a hoodie because of that. He has a one of a kind hoodie as of right now.
Bunny.
Bunny.
The
Oh, Bunny at
sound
Rock
guy,
House.
Rock House sound guy.
Yeah,
He's
thank you so
always
much.
keeping
We
things
love him.
tight.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
We haven't had a bad show at Rock House yet.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah,
one
I've
was
always
nice.
felt good there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little home.
Shout out
It's
to
just-
Rock House for having us.
For
always.
real.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
Yes,
much
thank
for
you so
having
much.
us.
For real.
You guys are more than welcome. I'm just happy you guys made it out here. Like, honestly, I'm going to repeat something I say every episode because I mean it, Part of this show, I focus more on, so far, on musicians and artists than anything, and stand-up comics. But this show, I want to showcase everything that's good about El Paso.
Yeah.
And one of the things about this show, too, is it's always good to come into it, meet new people, mingle with you guys, get to know you guys and everything.
Yeah.
Because at the end of this, you always leave having made new friends, And then now, if I go catch you guys at a show, now we're on a familiar level too now. And
Yeah.
and one of the things about me, and I don't shy away from admitting it, like once I make friends, once I see a show and support my friends, I get pretty fucking emotional, you know, supporting my friends, you know,
That's cool, man.
like I've got my friends that are comics, musicians, and everything, and or the artists, and I go check out their shows, and I get pretty emotional just enjoying seeing the stuff that my friends do, that the music that my friends put out there, the comedy that my friends put out there, all that stuff, you know. So for me, it's just showcasing local talent, no matter what genre or whatever it is. It's always good to meet everything great about El Paso, including you guys, you know. And again,
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
so I'm very appreciative of you guys making it out here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
It means a lot to me personally, you know, that you guys took time out of your schedules or whatever you guys got going on. This is summer break, you know. You guys could be doing other stuff, and you guys are here, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
I would definitely like to also another shout out.
No,
I would
go
also
ahead,
like to
man.
thank everyone who donated to help us get in the studio.
Yes.
I would love. Oh,
Thank you.
shout out you guys. I would love to donate. I would love to shout out my uncle Chewy from Austin. He donated $1,000.
Oh
to the
yeah,
recording.
that literally helped us instantly.
Like we
Yeah,
got
for
to the
real.
goal really quick.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
thank
That's,
you.
In the clutch. So yeah, I think we have something for you guys, for the people that donated.
Thanks,
Well, I
Motley.
do want to give them something.
Thanks, Tommy,
Yes.
Motley Minded Tom, for
Yes.
the double kick in the studio. That was his. The one the one you're gonna hear is
And
his
Chino?
double kick.
Chino and Dino.
Chino Dino.
Chino and Dino
Yeah.
special
Thank you,
features.
Chino.
They helped us out a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All of
Here.
Turtle Tank actually.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
And our inspirations are
Mhm.
a little group.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
and so again, thank you for coming. But I can't close out the show without saying I've got to wish you the best going out to the army. You know,
Aw, thank you.
that's very brave of you. That's very bold of you, and we can't help but salute you for doing that. You know, that's amazing. I think the military is going to open a lot of doors for you, and just be safe out there. You know,
Okay.
be safe, be mindful of everything, and yeah, be great out there.
Thank you
You
so
know,
much.
be good. Again, this is Rene Rodriguez with a Long Story Longer podcast, and Jane Like Fire with Jade, Ale, Antonio, and Fernie. And again, appreciate you guys being here.
Of course.
I'm gonna wish you guys the best on your show. I've yet to check my schedule to see if I'm gonna be in town for that show. One of the things we forgot to mention whenever you mentioned the venue, Rock House, it is all ages
Yes, that is
with a parent.
Parent.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, with an adult.
Play it
guardian,
safe.
Parent,
Have ID,
yeah.
bring ID.
Yes.
Yeah, please bring an
obviously.
ID.
Yes.
Please bring
Yeah,
an ID.
so yeah. Just be safe. I know Brock has been pretty cool with us, but just to make it easier on them, you know, be there with your parent, be there with your
Bring an
guardian adult, someone that
Someone
you
over
know,
21.
yeah, it's trustworthy
Mm-hmm.
for your safety, our safety,
Yeah, for
for
sure.
Safety
venue
of others.
safety, yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff, pretty
All right,
much.
thank you.
So again, Rene Rodriguez, Long Story Longer podcast. Peace out. Take it easy.
Just to push them on to me.